Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Home and Lifestyle by Team Arce. If it is your first time here, I want to thank you for dropping by. I hope to make this channel interactive, so feel free to write your comments and suggestions below. So my name is Risa. I am a person who plays many different roles in life, and I'm passionate about sharing the lessons that I learned, and so I created this channel with a goal of a better home and a colorful lifestyle. So check out my other videos in my channel. For today's video, I want to talk about reusing empty and used plastics and containers. So right now I am actually surrounded by plastics. So here, what else? I have here. So these other surrounded by plastics right now. I'm literally surrounded by plastics. So let me put that back so that you can see me. So why do I want to talk about it? What is the purpose of me talking about these plastics? Because guys, or in the Philippines most of the time, we usually want to make use of containers that we have, especially those that look sturdy and especially those that looks nice, and it can be reused. We feel that it can be reused, so we try to reuse them, and that's good. That's actually good for the environment. Okay, and we know that we don't really have a very good recycling facility, and so we try to make use of these in any way we can. And garbage is already piled up, so we want to help the environment by reusing these containers, so that's a good thing. So I created this video basically because in the past I have really been reusing. For example, this is a container for oil, and I find it sturdy, so I reuse them. I refill oil here, so I've been using them for the longest time already. But since I research on plastics, check out my other video. I have another video called not about the different types of plastics we use at home. I place the link in the description below. But that video talks about the different types of plastics. And if you notice, at the back of each plastic that we use, there's actually a triangle with a number. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 7, up to 7 numbers. So each number actually represents the usage and the type of plastic we use. So generally, not all plastics are the same. And what concerned me was when I learned about this, when I was reading the document about these plastics, I realized that I was actually using it incorrectly. What do I mean by that? For example, this one. I'm reusing it to refill my vegetable oil or the oil that I use in the kitchen. I buy something that can be refilled, and then I just put it here. And sometimes vinegar or anything that can be used. But then my problem was when I checked it, it's actually plastic number 1. So plastic number 1, or sometimes there's a letter here, PET or PETE. It actually means polyethylene terephthalate, something like that. But that means, just to make it simple, this plastic cannot be reused to store food. If it's only 1, it means it can only be used once. Well, it cannot be reused to store food. So what are examples of these plastics? Water bottles. So I know you buy water bottles when you go out, and refilling water bottles, maybe one-time refill is okay. But these water bottles that we buy in supermarkets, like the small one, the individual water bottles, if you see it's PETE1, do not reuse them to store food, because the type of plastic for PETE or PET1 is it's actually dangerous when it's reused, especially when it's exposed to some heat. It actually emits some harmful chemicals, harmful for our health. So it's really not advisable to reuse these types of plastic. So that's actually my concern now, because I have been reusing them for quite some time, and I have to discard them now and use some other types of plastics. So careful with PETE or plastic number 1. Other types of plastics can be reused, like for example here, it's actually, I cannot show you because it's not so clear, but it's actually number 2. So HDPE can be reused. So it's a stronger type of plastic. It can be reused as long as it still looks clean, because if it's already used for a very long time, it's really not advisable to use them anymore. But other types of plastics, like this one, the one that are microwavable. If you see PP plastic number 5, I will not discuss all the types, okay? but I will just discuss some of them. So this one is PP, or plastic number 5. Normally, it can be reused. These are microwavable plastic, so it's okay to put food in it as long as it's still clean and it's still sturdy. But if it's slowly like wearing out already because of usage, you have to throw them away, guys. Do not hold on to these plastics if you feel like it's getting, it's wearing out already. So those are the things. So these plastics, guys, can be reused, can be used again if they are still good, in good condition. So that very important to look at their condition, because these are plastic number 5. So plastic number 5s are okay to reuse, and also they are microwavable. So what is the best option to use empty containers if not plastics? Because plastics can be used for non-food, especially if it's PET1. So what I use are the following, glass bottles, glass jars and glass bottles like these ones I got here, right here. So this one, I think you're familiar with this. You're familiar with these. So this is what is inside. This is Himalayan salt. Oh my god, I have here some of my seeds here, and what is this? Chia seeds, actually. And here, I got here. So these ones. So these are glass bottles and glass jars. So these are empty containers. I also have a separate video about telling us about removing labels on these jars, so check that out. I also put that in the link below. But another thing, if you want to level up on your containers, you can actually buy, there's a lot of beautiful containers, glass containers that are actually on sale online. So I have a few samples because I wanted to level up on my containers, so I ordered some of these. So let me just put them away here. There are these examples here. So I got these, so they're pretty. I don't know if you find them pretty. I find them pretty, actually. So I got here. So instead of using these plastics that I tried to discard already, well, I don't know, I can still use them. I'm thinking about how to use them, but if there's too much already, I can discard them. But these ones are the new ones that I'm using. I ordered them online, so it has, some actually have names on it. So this one is used for vinegar. This one is for my soy sauce, and then the other types of oil. I got corn oil here and other sesame oil. So I'm using that instead. If you find it costly, what I do is, for example, I buy this olive oil. I noticed that the olive oils that are in PET plastics are actually cheaper than olive oils in a bottle. So I buy the olive oil first in a bottle, and then if there's no more oil, I can reuse the bottle to refill other types of oil. So these can be helpful. You don't really have to buy the bottle anymore, just like what I did, but you can buy these bottles and then refill them when needed. So I also buy this what's this? No, this is oyster sauce that are in a bottle, because some oyster sauce are actually in plastic bottles, PET1. So I can buy them, or I can just buy the pouch and then just refill using these bottles, because my purpose of buying these is that it has already, I can reuse them actually for bottles, so that can be used. And again, there are many types of plastics. Not all plastics are equal. If you want to have a healthier choice, you can either buy bottles that you can purchase and reuse all the time, or you can already buy these types of bottles and then reuse them when needed, refill them when needed. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you click our subscribe button and the notification bell. Take care, guys. See you in my next video.